Hi, I'm glad you're back. We're here to learn our letters and our letter sounds. My name is Miss Bridget. I'm a teacher. I've taught preschool for many years, and during that time, we learned to read, but before we learned to read, we learned all of our letters and our letter sounds. So that's what I'm here to teach you today. I'm so glad you joined me. So, do you remember where we left off? We did the letter G last we were here. Do you know what comes after G? The letter H. And here's the letter H, the uppercase and lowercase h. And H's sound is like you're breathing really hard. And they have hat on this picture for H. And the sign language, you make a fist, put your big finger out and your next finger next to it, your first two fingers out, and point them sideways. That's the sign language for H. H. And that's what we're learning today. Did you figure out what the animal might be for letter? It's going to make you say at the beginning of it. Our animal is a hippo. Hippopotamus is the big name for a hippo, but we're going to call him Hippo, and his name is Hal. Hal starts with H, and we're going to learn his little cheer. And first we're going to make the sign language. Make a fist, put your first finger out and your second finger, and this is his cheer. H for hippo Hal. Hopping, hiccups, hula hoops. Hula hoops are big hoops that you try and keep going around and around on your body. Happy homes and Halloween. H for hippo Hal. And that's his cheer. And if all you remember is H for hippo Hal, you got it. You got the letter and the letter sound. Next, we're going to look at the big book and we're going to look at things that start with the letter H. Right. Let's look at some things that start with the letter H. There's a horse and a helicopter and a hat and a hen. That's what lays the eggs, right? The hen. A haystack, a hammer, a hedgehog. They look like little porcupines. Honey, hot dog, house, and hippo, like hippo Hal. Those are just a few things that start with the letter H. Take a close look. When I close the book, you try and remember some things that start with the letter H, and I'll write some things up on the hat. We have a hat. We're going to write some things on our hat that start with the letter H. Can you remember anything? Let's see what I can remember. I remember an animal that some people ride. Do you remember the name of that animal? Horse, right. So we're going to write horse. Horse starts with the letter H. What other thing? What's that transportation? Not a plane, but something else that flies in the air. And its propeller's not on the nose of it, but it's on the top of it. Helicopter, right. Helicopter starts with an H. We'll write the word helicopter. Can you think of anything else that starts with an H that was in the cheer or in the book? Let's think. What's that bees make? That we love to eat. It's very sweet. Honey, right. Let's write honey. That is starting with an H too. Let's think of one more thing. I'm sure you're thinking of lots of other things at home. Let's see, or maybe at school too. Let's see what we can come up with. What's that thing you wear on your head? Head also starts with H. We could write head, but something you cover your head up with to stay warm. A hat. Oh, and we're writing on a hat. Hat. That starts with an H. And head. There's lots and lots of things that start with the letter H. So now that we've done things that start with the letter H, let's pick up our rainbow writing notebook. Here's the capital and the lowercase. You can have someone write those for you at home. And then what you do is you start at the red dot, and that shows us where to start writing our letter. And we just try and trace it. So we're starting at the red dot, and I'll make one line down here, and one line down here. We do the two down lines first because then it's easier to see where we put the across line. I forgot to ask you, what color are we using? Yellow. I picked yellow. You can pick whatever color you want. And remember, we do 3 colors. You can pick whichever 3 you want. The little H starts here at the line 2 and it goes straight down. And then you can come back up and make a hoop around. That is an H, a small H. Now let's try 2 more colors. Do you know what this color is? Orange. And I'm going to start where? On the dot. We're going to make one line down and another line down, and we're going to cross it in the middle. And the second one is we're going to make a line down and around, and that's H. Now when we do the last one, and I pick this color, red, we're going to start at the dot, but we're going to say the letter and the letter sound. H, 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 H. And that's the letter H. Now let's turn the page. You think of something you want to draw that starts with the letter H. We had so many things that could start with the letter H. Let's think of something that might be interesting to draw that starts with the letter H. Let's see. You know how I love circles because circles for me are easy to draw. I'm going to make something that's kind of a circle again. Let's see if you can guess what it is. It goes around like this, and it has another little line that goes around like this because it's kind of like a tube. And sometimes they have stripes on them. Sometimes they're decorated with sparkles. And you know what you do with them? You put them around your waist and you go around and around and around, and you try and keep it up. Do you know what that's called? That's called a hula hoop. I'm going to write the word hula hoop. You can have someone write whatever you drew at home. Hula starts with an H, and also hoop. Hoop also starts with the letter H. So I actually drew something that has 2 H's in it. Hula hoop. And that's when you go around and around. It's like a toy that you can play with. Hula hoop. And that's our H letter. Now that we're done with the rainbow writing, the next thing we do is hear about all the different facts about hippos. I would read books to my preschoolers. All about hippos. We would close them, and then they would tell me something they learned about a hippo. And I had lots and lots of good information for my preschoolers, so I put it together in a book called Children on Safari, Animal Facts A to Z. And this is all written by children, which is kind of fun to learn from children. I feel like they can teach us a lot, right? You can teach us a lot of things. So let's hear some things that children taught us. Hippos eat plants. That's what Jack said. Luke says they are the 3rd largest land animal. Julia says a hippo sleeps underwater. Ella says they roll in the mud to keep the bugs away and to keep cool. Andrew said the birds get the bugs off of them. Tucker says the group of hippos is called a herd. Allie said the mom hippo is called a cow. Cameron said the daddy hippo is called a bull. And Cole said the baby hippo is called a calf. Brian said the baby can walk just when it's born. Kennedy said their feet are webbed just like duck feet. True said they're awake at night. They are nocturnal. Gabriel said they have really big tusks on the bottom of their mouth. And Maria said the babies don't have tusks when they're born. And Maddie said when they're in water, fish clean their teeth. Fish are like the dentists for the hippos. That's handy. And that's some interesting facts from my preschoolers that they wanted to share with you about hippos. Now, here's a picture of a hippo. And this hippo is very big. A lot of hippos are very big. Remember, they're the 3rd largest land animal. And they have 4 very short legs and very big bodies. And that's what we learned about hippos. Now, the next thing I would have the preschoolers do is share things that they brought from home that started with the letter H. And after this video, you could go walk around your home or your school or your classroom and find things that start with the letter H also. So I have my bag here, and let's think about what starts with the letter H that I pull out of the bag. What is this? Right. This keeps us warm in the winter. I'm going to put it on. This is called a hat, right? Hat starts with H, and it would keep me super warm if it was cold outside. But I'm going to take it off because it's not cold inside right now. What is this animal? That's a horse, right? Horse starts with the letter H. What else is in here? Here's another animal. Hippo. There's a hippo just like we're learning about. Hippo starts with an H. And this, I'll give you a clue. You might eat it at a barbecue. What do you think it is? Hot dog. Right, hot dog starts with the letter H. Let's see, I have one more thing. You might never have heard of this before. It's called a harmonica. And harmonicas are a musical instrument, and you blow into them to make noise like this. That's called a harmonica. And harmonica starts with H. So we've thought of lots of things that started with H. So before we go, how about we do the cheer one more time? Remember, we do it with the sign language, so make a fist, put one finger out and the second finger out, and that's the H. Sign language for H. And the cheer is H for hippo how. Hopping hiccups, hula hoops, happy homes, and Halloween. H, like you're breathing hard, right? For hippo howl. Thank you for joining me today. Next time we come back, we'll do the next letter. Do you know what comes after H? Let's look up and see. After H comes I, and I makes the I sound, I. That's a different kind of sound. And when you come back, we're going to have an animal that starts with the letter I that makes you say I. It's a very unusual animal. So I'll be surprised if you think about it, but you can try and guess what starts with the letter I that we have next time. Thanks again for joining me. I love teaching you. I love you being here with me. And my preschoolers love teaching you all about the animals that we're learning about in our cheers also. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.